Okay, canvas haul part 2. This is the larger canvas haul I was talking about. So I'm just gonna jump into this. I have them kind of sorted by category, so this should go relatively quickly because the way I did this is, well, not really in sets, but some of them kind of go in sets, like these two koi, goldfish, whatever you want to call them. So I have one that's sort of singular, well, not sort of, it is a singular fish, and then one that's a pair of fish in more red and gold tones. This one I was really drawn to because of the tail. I thought there could be a lot of potential for adding some ABs within this tail. So as far as larger canvases go, I bought these two from the same seller. So this is a 30 by 80, as is this one. So I'll back up so you can see they're really clear, as you can see. They both come with DMCs. This one has 24 colors. This one has 23, but equally clear, I would say. So this color palette for this one is going to be, as you can tell, a lot of blues and grays along the tail and the background. There's going to be probably a little bit, it looks like some sort of peachy brown tones in there, some neutrals, some pops of yellow, probably up at the top of the head here. And then this sort of, I would say this is a more muted white within the tail, but this white area is kind of where I was thinking I might put just a few ABs to pop it out even more. Especially maybe around this bubble area. I don't know, I may work in some darker blue ABs in the background, maybe. There's a kind of interesting gray tone there. Oh, it looks like there's a little bit of that sort of lavender gray worked in there. Probably in the shading up in here, I would guess. So that's the singular fish. Let me throw that down there for a second. Okay, and then we have the pair. Pretty much same design setup, just a different color palette. So you have more bright reds, some purpley tones for the background, some darker blues, more for shading, some browns, that sort of orangey yellow tone in there, some pinks, again more of that sort of lavender color in this one as well to accent the fin area. I'm guessing there's going to be a lot of blue and purple up in here, which is going to be really pretty. I think I have some yellow ABs that could work on this one, but I don't know. I never really know where I'm going to put the ABs until I sit down and just actually start drilling, and then I kind of figure it out as I go. So yeah, those are two 30 by 80s. And then we got a few skylines here. This one, I think it still comes through on the camera. It might be easier. It might be all right to see there. Sorry about the glare on all the plastic covers, but I mean, no, it's not like I can take all these off and risk messing up the glue. So this one, show you up image. It's supposed to be sort of like a stormy sky with a lot of purples and blues and stuff. Sort of in a Aurora Borealis color palette, but yeah, it's basically like a stormy sky. I've actually seen this image offered in like a gamer mouse pad, so I was kind of curious how it would come out as a diamond painting. But this is a 50 by 40 since it's landscape. This is the color palette here. With the mix of blues and blue greens and purples, I figured this one was going to come out really pretty with the diamond effect. There's a little bit of light blue in there, so I'm guessing that's going to be up in there. And then I'm curious, I'm guessing there's probably, is there 310 in here? No, surprisingly, it looks like there's no 310. Huh. Color me surprised. But plenty of 939, so you are going to get that super dark blue. Surprisingly, there's a little bit of khaki in there somewhere. I'm guessing maybe in there. I don't know. But yeah, there's that sky one. Some purpley clouds and whatnot. This is another 50 by 40, or so it says, but I'm a little bit bummed with this one. I think it'll still work, but it might look a little bit better through the camera, but in person it looks kind of pixelated, just eyeing the canvas. I don't know. I was a little bit bummed. I don't think this is a true 40 by 50. I think this is probably closer to 35 by 45 drilling area, but it could still come out decent. It's one of those ones where diamond painters like to say, trust the process. So we shall see. I'll still do it. Maybe it's just the printing quality that makes it look a little bit off to me, but yeah, I liked the idea of the Aurora Borealis. That is not the easiest word for me to say. So yeah, we'll see how this one goes. A little bit more muted than I was expecting. I thought there might be a few more bright pops, but I mean, there's a little bit of pink in there. It's a nice blue they have in there. There's a little bit of that orange color. But overall, it's, I don't know, it's a little bit more kind of toned down than I was expecting for a theme like this. At least in this area. I don't know, I thought there'd be a little bit more fiery colors up in here, but that's what we're looking at for this 50 by 40. Again, DMC's included. There's only 20 colors. I don't know if that might affect it. I don't know if this would have come out cleaner if there's a few more colors in there. Who knows? But like I said, we will give it a try down the road and see how it turns out. So there's that one. And then this one is a 40 by 40 of Dopey from Snow White. You all probably know that. It's a pretty familiar face. There's some mushrooms in the corner. There's, I think these might be Easter eggs, but I think they're actually supposed to be like flower petals or something. Some bunnies down in here. I don't know how well the bunny faces are going to turn out. I'm a little bit concerned about this guy, but it might be all right. I think the bird is going to be fine. There's some flowers up in here. But Dopey himself, I think, is going to come out great. But yeah, I just like the different bright pops of color on this design. And, you know, that's just like a cute face for Dopey. And I have a few other Snow White canvases that I thought this would go well with once I get them worked up down the road. But yeah, some fun colors in this one. That bright pink again. Some nice aqua blues for the background. Some browns for the bunny, and then a lot of that, I don't know if that would technically be primary green. That's, I don't know, it's not quite a hunter green either. It's sort of like, I don't know, it's, I guess, close to like a Kelly green almost, which is one of my favorite shades of green. But yeah, there's a couple different mixes of that in there. Some more of that orange tone we keep seeing in these videos, some yellows, probably some red in there, I imagine, for that one petal. So yeah, just some fun colors. It's a 40 by 40, but it should work up pretty quickly. There are 22 colors in this one. So yeah, there's that one. Okay, and then here are getting into some of the larger ones. Okay, so here is a cottage one, and I know with a lot of people in the diamond painting community, the cottage ones are a big hit with a lot of people. They're pretty popular. This is another theme where I don't get crazy over them and have to get all of the cottages, but every so often I find one design where I'm like, okay, that one's nice. And I just liked the setup of this, the way the bridge was, the way the house is off in the background, the way the river comes down, and then like the red flowers up front. and then the soft pink sky, just the whole feel of it. I could get in with this. So this is a 40 by 60, it says. And this one, I think everything comes out perfectly clean. I don't anticipate any issues. Sometimes when you get these cottage ones, there's like animals that are like that big that you know are not going to come out. I don't think there's any animals in this one. I think it's just plants and the river and the bridge and the house, basically. So you shouldn't have to worry about too much detail work not coming out. The idea is it's supposed to be very sort of watercolory looking when it's done. So this, give you a glimpse of the palette here. Some soft pinks and purples for the flower areas and the sky. Some of that white to highlight sunlit areas. These are the greens you're mostly working with the trees in here, but there's a little bit of darker in there. Some more of this sort of, it's almost like a yellow, but not quite, neutral. I'm guessing that's going to be in the house back here, and then some of these lighter plants. Some pops of red for the flowers again. There's another of the greens you're going to be working with. There's some of that kind of pinkish brown color, probably in the shadowed areas or like riverbank areas. Some more pinks. So yeah, just very soft, calming one. I believe when I got this one, it was like $7 or $9. I forget. It wasn't much. This one is 24 colors with DMC. Back up so you can see that one. This is this is another cottage one, but the way it was designed, it kind of made me think of, see the way the sun is back in here? It kind of almost reminded me of Japanese style art, which I think is what caught my eye on this one. So there's a little house in here, another little bridge, there's a mountain back here. I liked the way that the different colors of the trees are going up in here, the way it kind of goes from red to yellow and then fading into a blue up here. There's some swans down here. I don't know how well the swans are going to come out. I'm a little bit iffy about these guys, but it might be okay. There's also some deer over here I'm a little bit concerned about, but again, I'm just going to, you know, trust the process. It might come out fine. But even if it doesn't, it'll probably be close enough that I'm like, yeah, it looks all right. I think the sky is going to come out really nice. So yeah, I'm a little bit iffy about the animals, but they might be fine. Everything else I think is going to be really pretty. So another kind of muted palette, a lot of grays, some of that army green family. There's like that lavender color for the sky and some blue, some oranges for the sun, I'm guessing, some browns for the tree bark areas, little pops of burgundy for flower tones, I'm guessing, some oranges, a little bit of yellow for lights and up in that area. Yeah, that's what that one looks like. And did I tell you the size? This one is a 45 by 85. So I'm trying to get the glare off of it so you can kind of see. There you go. That's what that one looks like. All right, this one actually came with a more upgraded toolkit, which I thought was kind of cool. It came with a purple tray, which I don't think I have a purple tray. I typically work with the white trays that come in the nicer kits, but yeah, so now I have a purple one for my stash. It also came with a few of the heart-shaped waxed ones, and then one of those clear glitter type pens with it looks like the more thicker plastic pen style. So yeah, I thought that was kind of cool. And then this is the canvas. This is another one that I'd been looking at for a long time, but had sort of debated because on other websites it was a little bit pricier, but I think on Temu it was like $8 or $9 when I found it. And I think there's still a few on there. You'll just have to check. I'll link everything down below. And even if it says it's sold out, I've noticed they've brought a lot of the ones that sell out back in stock after a little bit. So just if you are really interested in a canvas, just check out the link every so often and see when they restock. You can also get them to email you when things go back in stock. I've also noticed if you add something to your cart and it goes out of stock, if you just keep it in your cart, they'll put it back in your cart when it goes back into stock as well. So this is a reclining sleeping woman. Again, not a crazy wild color palette, but the reason I got this is, I think I mentioned in a previous video that I'm sort of buying things with my, upcoming move in mind and what I want my new place to look like. And I got this with the intention of this one will probably be the piece I ultimately put over my bed, because I thought that would be a perfect place for it. And this is typically how I tend to fall asleep. So I just thought that made sense. This one is a 90 by 40. So yeah, gonna be a lot of multi-placing on this one. There's 25 colors. There's gonna be a lot of shading, obviously. This one, I think her face is gonna come out really nice. Tend to be a little bit iffy about faces. That's one of the reasons why I like to see what an image example as far as the drill field looks like before I buy something, if it's a portrait, because I need to see the details of the face and whether it's worth buying, because I don't like getting the canvases where the faces look melted and then I have to figure out how to salvage it once I get it. But this is the palette. I'm guessing all of this is going to be this background up in here. So I was kind of drawn to this because I kept thinking of something to put over a bed, but with a bed frame you need it to be wide enough to visually make sense. You don't want to put it like a tiny little thing over a big bed. So this one I thought would be good because it's going to be a very calming, soft palette. It's not going to be too in your face. And again, typically when not only when I decorate home in general, but also my bedroom specifically, every bedroom I've had, I've tended to do it in blue and gray and green tones. So I thought this would fit perfect with however the new bedroom ends up looking. So there's some dark browns for shading. There's, I'm guessing this is going to be some of the darker areas of her skin. And then also probably in the draping area, there's probably going to be some in here. Okay, I was thinking there's supposed to be some like greens and blues and stuff in here. There they are. Again, really soft, calming colors. And then a little bit of brighter yellows. I think is also going to be mixed into here. Some more of that orange brown color. So yeah, I think this is going to be really nice and sort of a soothing piece in my room eventually. So there's that one. And then I saved this one for last because this one came in a full-on presentation bag, which I was kind of surprised by, but impressed. It has like the actual woven strings on it. And again, this one was, I think, I want to say it was $9 or $10. I can't remember for sure. But yeah, it came but yeah, it came with like full on everything in it. Looking at the card, I think this actually came from maybe a German company, looks like. Diamond Painting Hobby. Came with a more deluxe kit with a clear tray, more heart-shaped wax, the blue pens with it looks like the thicker plastic ones, angled metal tweezers, and then a squishy. let's see. Oh, it actually came with 2 of those. So if you want to work with a friend, there you go. So that's everything that was in there. It had a little bit of a rubber band on there. And then this, it did come on a foam roller. It is on the felted, well, lightly felted. It's not like the super nice deluxe canvases, but it is lightly felted with the serged edging. So, I mean, all in all, coming from a discount company, it is pretty much a deluxe canvas. So this is a country church scene. I'll have to use my elbow on here, I guess, because I didn't bother to flatten this out before I started filming. So this is one I had seen advertised a few other places. And this is another one where I don't know if it was this exact image, but it looked pretty damn similar to one I saw on, crap, which company was that? I'm blanking now. Dreamers Designs. I think that's what I'm thinking of. I think I saw a image of very similar to this on Dreamers Designs that was, I think, around 55, 60 bucks, something like that. I don't know if it was the same size, but I mean, it had pretty much the same clarity value as far as the way the canvas is printed. This one came out super clear. This is a, trying to see where it says. Oh, it's down here. This is a 50 by 70. Trying to keep the corners out. Okay. Let me see if I can get, there we go. Get some of the glare out. So yeah, it's pretty much just a country church that's on a garden path. Again, you got swans and looks like some mallards down in here. The river bridge, there's a red barn way back in the back. I don't know if that's something over there. I don't remember. Some mountains, some trees. What is that? Oh, I think it's just a tree knot. For some reason, I thought that was a tire swing for a second. I was like, that's a weird placement. But yeah, some more flowers in the corners. Yeah, this is just another one that I thought would be really nice and soft to look at once it was done. This one, I think the birds, the swans, are going to come out just fine. I know I was worried about it in the other one, but I think this one looks really clean. So yeah, Diamond Painting Hobby did a nice job on their printing. I think there's going to be a lot of nice reflection effect, the color variation in the water here. It looks like there's maybe a little bit of a cascade in the water over here. And then country path going up that way again. And yeah, this one is another one that I got because it sort of reminds me of the more country area I grew up in. There's a lot of red barn type buildings out that way, or at least there used to be. I don't know. I haven't been out that way in a while, so could look different now. But when I was a kid, it had this sort of feel to it. So that's a 50 by 70. And then, as you can imagine, there's going to be a lot of greens and blues and yellows for the most part. That's interesting. That there almost looks like a dogwood tree, which would be a North Carolina tree, the state flower. I guess technically it is the state flower of North Carolina. Let's see. So yeah, got it. Sorry about all the glare on this one. A lot of different greens in this one, which I'm happy with. A lot of different soft blues, some pinks. Oh, you guys, there is an AB. There is a little surprise AB tucked in there. I did not know that. Let's see. It doesn't look like it's marked as an AB on the canvas that I can tell. Oh, no, it is. You guys, there is 3 ABs in here. Oh, okay, we might have to open this one up. I did not realize this one came with ABs. Okay, hold on. excuse the noise, but I know diamond painters, they're always curious about the ABs. So. Okay, I will try to edit that down or out as much as I can, but all right, here is the AB stash. That's the white AB? No, just these. Okay. So not a ton of ABs, but probably just enough to make it interesting. So let's see where these go. Okay, so it looks like I don't think I've seen this color before. This is a gray AB. Okay. Let me look at the numbers here. So 30, 31, and 32. Let me look at the key over here. Okay, 32 I think is the gray AB. That's the plus sign. Okay, so this gray AB is going to be up in the church front and in some of the clouds up here. Damn, that's going to look nice. Okay, and then let's see, the equal sign, that's this one. That's also going to be in the shingling of the church, looks like, and then also a little bit in the pathway here on the stairs. Looks like there's a little bit around the bridge. That might be it. And then the other one, the star one, it looks like, that's the lighter purple. I have worked with this one before. This one has a nice effect. So that's, let's see, is it the actual star symbol? Yeah, okay. The actual star symbol, more in the church. It looks like there's a few up in the clouds, maybe here and there. Looks like I missaw that. I think I saw a star here or there. I might put some up in there regardless. It looks like there's a little bit in the walkway there. Is there any? Ooh, some of those ABs are going in the water. Oh, I'm more excited about this one now. I mean, I was excited about it before, but the colors of ABs they put in this one and like where they're going to put them, this thing's going to look amazing. So yeah, I'm pumped about this one now. Don't know when I'll get to it because I got a lot ahead of it, but yeah, that's exciting. All right, so those are some ideas for larger canvases that Temu offers. I have a few more that I'm sort of debating about in my cart, but haven't like sort of pulled the trigger on those yet. But if I do, you will hear about it down the road. So that's what I have for now, guys. Talk to you later.